Welcome back, everyone, to Fengtian and Prince Kanin Kotohito set to visit the northeast. The Japanese consulate in Shenyang has handed the government documents detailing the planned arrival of Prince Kanin Kotohito, the great uncle of the reigning emperor Hirohito, who will tour the northeast, yes, us, later this year. He has been to Manchuria before, and this will almost certainly be an inspection into Japanese protests. Well, that's not exactly the greatest timing, is it? It's not a coincidence, or something. He has been to Manchuria before, and this will almost certainly be an inspection as much as a show for public relations. He is known to take special interest in our plans to reclaim the rest of China. The exact date of his arrival has been withheld for security reasons, and the Japanese concerns are not unfounded. It is well known that there are extremist elements in Shenyang, as we have seen, and throughout the region that might wish the prince harm. Oh, so we actually have a new... Oh, wow, a new tab of decisions to prepare for the prince's visit. Increase security in Shenyang. Investigate the junior officers, reinforce soldierly discipline, present Chinese modernity. I see. So, create Fortress Manchuria. Well, we can create Fortress Manchuria pretty easily. We can also investigate security in Shenyang pretty easily. Junior Officer Corps is completed to focus more on indoctrination. So we can just take that rather easily. See, I feel like this is pretty bad because we have very little political power, and he's definitely gonna die if we don't do enough decisions. But oh well. Other than that, we have just been building up, doing our thing, and yeah, basically that. And so I feel like there's no point in kind of staying around right now. Oh, Indochina succeeds. Interesting. In other news, the Ma's are being destroyed, but that's generally something that happens. Ooh, the Zhang Clique nominates a new economic minister. Isn't that the same fucking thing? Yeah. Oh, he's another corrupt kleptocrat. Zhang Zuolin. Yeah, sure. I like to make some corrupt kleptocracy. So that just increased the Zhang Clique influence. Pretty good. Pretty good. We don't want the Mantetsu influence to be too high, because otherwise the political power gain is going to be very, very high, and all our factories are going to get sent over to Japan. So that's pretty bad. Pretty bad in and of itself. Right. We'll take that in moral indoctrination and take a couple of these focuses to prepare for the prince's visit. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for now, so see you in a bit. After arriving at the Grand Marshal's residence in Shenyang, the prince was ceremonially received in the Tiger Room by prominent members of the assembly and Zhang Zuolin himself, before touring the former palace of the Qing dynasty, which has since been converted for use by the government, and the Shenyang's arsenal in the city's northwest suburbs. The evening was finished by an elegant state dinner in Chinese style, during which a toast was made to the special relationship between China and Japan. Kotohito plans to leave Shenyang in a few days for an inspection of defenses to the south, but rumors swirl that an attempt could be made on his life. Oh, Jesus. See, I reinforced the security in Shenyang, and we are creating the Fortress Manchuria, or whatever. But we have not investigated a junior officer corps, and that is definitely where the kill is gonna happen. So let's cancel that shit. it probably could have been really awesome for our relationship with Japan or whatever. Also, we took the opened the propaganda front, and we are taking all of these glorious things. Wang Caiju, the ancient Chinese idiom "forget not what happened in Zhu." Oh, so like Wang Caiju alludes to the desperate defense of Zhu in the state of Qi's final bastion, from which it led a successful campaign to reclaim all of its lost territory. Manchuria shall be our Zhu, from which we shall reconquer all of China. Okay, interesting. They're also denouncing Qing monarchism. Ooh, Yuan Jinkai. Fine. Also escalate the propaganda war, the Shenyang Conference. Oh, there we are. As it stands, the Qing Empire presents the most powerful obstacle against our ambitions for China and Asia as a whole. Although we have the means to defeat them alone, it would certainly be a daunting and costly task. Worse yet, we run a significant risk of being seen as Japan's crony if we go at it alone, allowing Puyi to rally the other warlords against us. We must not allow this to happen. In order to show our friends in Asia that we are a legitimate power when we stand up to the Qing Empire, we have organized a conference to be held in Shenyang, from where we'll form a coalition against them. This will show our legitimacy to the world, or something. Alright, that's pretty good. We can continue army reform only when we have 50, but our army reforms are progressing, and that's quite good. Wouldn't mind getting some Japanese infantry equipment. And we've got political power, but Fengtian Clique agrees. Good. Shandong Clique agrees. Very nice. I don't actually want to spend some of this political power because I know that political power is going to be a necessity in the future to do some decisions. Negotiations with the Federalists. All right. Liangguang People's Government, Hunan Clique. Okay, so here we have Tang Shanzhe. So the only Federalist right now, the Chongqing Federal Government! Holy shit! I hadn't even realized that this was going to happen. This was going to happen. So, all right, it seems like Mr. Chen got beaten out of Liangguang, and Liangguang is gonna make Liangguang's NRA. So it looks like the KMT is coming back in the south. Join the KMT government, claim nationalist leadership. So yeah, we're gonna have a KMT coming in from the south. Yunnan Clique. Oh, Zhu Peide. See, they had Zhu De take over. So now left, oh sorry, no, right KMT committee. But they're social liberal. I don't know. They're right KMT. Okay, so that's actually pretty good because we have a right and a left KMT who might not like each other too much. Big Tibet. He's doing the big brain. Yan Shishan fought, so that's fine. And Hunan is likely Federalist, right? If we take a look at Hunan, Hunan is KMT aligned under Tang. You are KMT aligned, apparently. Even though you're... Apparently Tang Shanzhe's revolutionary Buddhism is KMT aligned. Amazing. Awesome. So he's the Buddhicization Society, and that's KMT aligned. Okay, so we have a sort of left KMT block in Liangguang and Hunan. Then we have a Federalist block in Sichuan. We have right KMT in Yunnan. And then we have our block in Qing. So yes, we shall try to find common ground with Federalists. And if we can get the Federalists on our side, we can just declare war on the Qing as soon as that's applicable. Because, damn. We are in a great position to do that. And there we go. Now we also have the Hago. We could also go for the Keni, but we're gonna wait on that. Sichuan refuses our offer. Well, so much for being a negotiator, Chen Jiuming. Big day has finally arrived. Delegates have arrived to discuss Fengtian's initiative against the regime in Beijing. After a brief opening ceremony was held, culminating in an introductory speech by Zhang Zuolin. Everyone's in good spirit, though no one doubts the diplomatic challenges that lay ahead. Wu Wang Caiju delivered a short but powerful speech alluring to the historical state of Qi, which, on the brink of defeat at the siege of Zhu, turned the tide and eventually won the war. This is our example of how we'll march forward against those who wish to keep China weak and divided. Read the rest of the speech. It is thus that we find ourselves in the north, as the final bastion of all that our predecessors struggled to build, and the bearers of the future of a new China. The regressive Qing government likes to say, by fortifying the northeast, we are digging a hole to die in. To this I say, forget not what happened in Zhu. It was to Zhu that the state of Qi retreated. And from there, it reconquered all that it had lost. When the time is right, the northeast will be our Zhu, and the whole of China will be our Qi. See, this is something that the Chinese. I'm guessing that this is that Qi most definitely. Qi and Zhu are references to the Spring and Autumn's period, or maybe the Warring States period. Back when China was essentially divided between a million different, a million, like 7 or 9, probably 7, maybe 9, maybe 8, so around that number, principalities essentially. And the China we're talking about is like this-ish. The South still hadn't been incorporated because the South gets conquered definitively by the Qin and Han dynasties, and the North and the Northeast was nomadic territory. The Central Asia, basically it had gotten all the way up to Sichuan, but yeah, this was basically the extent of glorious China back then. And there was, like, you know, a few of them I know, like Wu was over here, Chu was here, I think, and Wu, which is the region of Xinhai, is actually where Sun Tzu is from. And it was, again, Chu, and like Qin was over here, where the Qin dynasty comes from. I don't remember if the state was called anything different. Then Jin was Shanxi. You know, they had different names for the provinces, and they were all independent kingdoms, which had broken apart essentially from the Zhou dynasty that was sort of crumbling. And the Zhou dynasty was based, I believe, in Luoyang. Not 100% sure. Maybe in Luoyang. Maybe in Xi'an, but I'm pretty sure in Luoyang. And yeah, essentially, it wasn't really like an actual Chinese empire, but it's part of the dynasty historiography. And, you know, something that Chinese really like to do is like utilize these, especially these 4-character things, like Wu Wang Cai Ju, 4 characters, 4 words, sort of aphorisms, and often they refer to like either, you know, the Warring States and the either the Warring States and the Spring and Autumn's periods, which is ancient China, but basically the Spring and Autumn's period is when Confucius comes around, or to like the Three Kingdoms as like historical examples of what they're doing. Even like Mao Zedong, for example, when when he allied to with the United States against Russia, he was basically saying, oh, we're doing like the state of Shu, or I don't remember exactly what, in the Free Kingdoms, because they allied with another state to, with one of the other Free Kingdoms to sort of limit the influence of the Northern Kingdom, of whose name I don't remember, which was led by Cao Cao. And so basically like the Northern Kingdom is the Soviet Union, and the Eastern state is the United States, and the Shu or Shuhan or whatever it was called that was in the West is China. So they justified it this way. I don't know, it's kind of a thing that I find pretty fascinating, is that they have a lot of historical examples. Anyway, our victory is inevitable, long live the Republic. That was one hell of a digression. Anyway, heated discussions. Everyone knew that Chen Tiayuan and Zhang Zongchang would have a hard time cooperating given their mutual dislike. Understandable. I mean, Chen Tiayuan is a piece of shit, and Zhang Zongchang is a big meme boss. This has already disrupted the talks. Zhang in particular has caused a scene, as his mannerisms are enough to make even the most hardened warlord raise an eyebrow. We can only hope that this won't set a trend as the conference goes on. The anti-concessionist question. For his opponents of the concessions to the colonial powers, the Qing delegations have been actively pressuring Fengtian to accept a firm stance against the concessions. Zhang Zuolin has been reluctant to make any definitive pledges on the matter so far, but that hasn't made the issue go away. It is evident that this won't last if the conference is to move forward. They might have a point. Yeah, obviously we're not too much in favor of obsolete equipment. That's better than nothing. We aren't too in favor of anti-concessionism because guess what? Japan has concessions, so yeah, that argument doesn't really work out all that much when they're our biggest ally. Zongchang's drunken rant. After drinking sake by what we can only assume to be the barrel load, Zhang Zongchang has created a scene today where, as he slurred and yelled his way through a drunken tirade. What little could be understood of his ravings were nothing short of a love letter to Japan, with only his love for Japanese booze and women being comprehended by the hostage audience? Sure. I'm building a militia, by the way, and there's a reason for it. Isn't there like a defensive? Yes. Ma Janshan. The militia is to be placed essentially in the weird borders that we have, because we have a lot of fucking weird borders. What? Please give them the rifles. Alright. It's a bit more important that we actually get the rifles to the infantry. And wait. We can actually get the Hago. Yeah. Most of Zhang's incomprehensible ravings were, for better or worse, impossible to understand, which may have been a blessing in disguise. Sure. We could jump up to extensive conscription, but no, that's not a good idea. Yang Yuting urges caution. With anti-concessionist sentiment rising, Yang Yuting has come forward. Who exactly is Yang? Wait, why do we have Yuan Jinkai as both the minister of the... There's some big brain political scheming going on. Anyway, Yang Yuting, who the hell are you? You're a terror in the night. Okay. So you're probably really cool. Alright. You're probably a really cool man. Has come forward to urge Zuolin to be cautious with regards to the stance on the concessions. Because of Japan's strong interest in them, particularly through its China agency in the legation cities, they stand to lose greatly if we went ahead and declared ourselves to be against the concessions. Of course. Now, Mr. Yuting appears to be a market liberal, so he's in the Concordia Association. I wonder. Anyway, the point of decisions. Facing insurmountable pressure from his potential partners, Zuolin must decide whether he agrees with the anti-concessionist stance that has overtaken the conference or tries to argue against them. Siding against the anti-concessionists would severely hinder our chances of forming a strong alliance. Adopting an anti-concessionist stance, however, would severely anger Tokyo. Very well, we accept. I would like some anti-concessionism. In fact, just to be sure, let's request the infantry equipment right off the bat. And Qing thanks us. What about the Reclamation War, though? Are you going to join us in the Reclamation War? Or the Reclamation War? Because that would be pretty good for us now, would it? Alright. We could infiltrate the civilian administration. Wait, we don't have a cryptology... Shit. I need a cryptology department. Shit. I don't have enough civilian factories to form the cryptology department. I really need the cryptology department to get the bonus on... Did we not guarantee him? Did we not guarantee Zhang Zuolin? Well, he's attacking. He's across the Yellow River. What a god. Escalating the propaganda war. Already the propaganda department is redoubling its efforts. Oh, we can do the Grand Marshal's proclamation. I can't speak today. The Grand Marshal has personally released several short speeches denouncing the Kaiser's puppet in Asia, Puyi, calling him lower than a dog. And that's, you can imagine, not the greatest. For his cowardice and brazen collaboration with the German intruder, and for selling out the Chinese people to foreign interest. So there's a lot of hypocrisy, obviously, in there. Southern reclamation is inevitable. Let's do the Grand Marshal's proclamation. So that unlocks the Yanshan plan and the Shanghai Guan infiltration. Okay. Now, only complete this decision when prepared to begin the reclamation war within a year. Oh yeah, we can definitely do that. See, in fact, I would begin it right now, considering that fucking Zhang Zuolin is doing quite well against Qing. Like, Zhang Zuolin has a third of the Qing troops. Or, like, his total army strength is a third of the Qing strength. The Qing have 450,000 men fielded. We field 280,000. Together, we could beat the Qing. Develop me some artillery complexes. And Qing commits to reclamation. Amazing. Alright, the Qing are screwed. That is very good. We have 384 political power. We probably need to favor the Zhang Clique a little bit. Because, yeah. That balances out the factions a little bit more. I like how we can do the war propaganda against the Empire of Japan. And honestly, the Japanese... Wait, they have claimed our territory. Oh, right. Port Arthur. The Japanese don't seem to be mad about the fact that we took an anti-concessionist stance. Very good.